yesterday I posted those 2 videos, and the last one, like closing Burbank, it's not perfect or anything. I was rushing, literally. I felt this urge to publish this, to click publish before midnight, and I felt everything closing. And you know, my crown chakra, like on the right side, started to hurt so much. I felt this insane pressure. And it often happens also with the closures. It's like a channel or calibration. Because we opened a multi-timeline field and we closed this node with so much historical density. And that pain in the crown chakra, when I feel that pressure, it is channel being wide open. So it very often happens during intense channeling, intense shifts, and the data is flowing. And the first one is when I got access to 60, and it was like this insane flow of information, and it was all sudden, and it felt like cold knives falling onto my crown, and then like heavy stones falling onto my arms, and it was this whole heaviness. And then there was this flow of information. There were so many information, images, and just a knowing, and there was just flowing and flowing and flowing. And I started to remember so much, and it was overwhelming. It was physically painful. And when you feel that kind of pain, what you need to do is lay flat on the ground with no pillow or nothing, and just let it flow. And when you feel too much pain, you just have to put your hand on a crown chakra, or put a cloth, best is linen cloth, just to stop or slow down the information flow a little bit if it's too painful. But yeah, then sometimes you might get access to with time to 7, 8, or 90 partially, and then also the channel opens wide, and it is sometimes overwhelming, and you can feel like that part being like cold and dense. And sometimes it happens that you feel that, but you cannot decode the information yet. You only have a feeling. And sometimes it happens during the night, usually after 11 p.m. And then you wake up next morning and there's a knowing, or you have a dream, and suddenly you just simply, you know what to do, you know where to go. But first you need to let it flow. So sometimes it's a sudden information, or sometimes you just need a little bit of recalibration, and then you know after. I know where to go. It's crazy. I was thinking like, okay, what am I supposed to do today if I closed everything? And I just grabbed a coffee, and this guy started asking me questions if I have any plans for today, or what am I even doing here in this area where I'm heading. And I said probably Pasadena, and that I was thinking of visiting Montrose as well. And then I started to think of this Rancho that this man at Target mentioned, because he mentioned Montrose, and then this Rancho place around, and then I saw that there's this picnic area which is very much to the east side, and it just clicked that this is where I need to go. I have to go there, and I have a bus there, so we go there, and then I just walk 20 minutes. So we start unlocking east.
Just didn't take my power bank, so I don't know how long I can stay there. I see the path back. I will have to walk through Riverside Drive. That goes through the Rancho, through another studio, and then that Riverside Drive goes straight to Whole Foods. And I feel like tomorrow I will have to go to Montrose. Tomorrow is 24th. Because we need to go more and more east. Just being here is already signaling, crossing the freeway is already signaling. Okay, I do not know where I end up at 11 a.m, but we'll see. Montrose. But it's a little bit longer trip. It's 1 hour by bus. No, it actually unlocked. Tomorrow I ride the post in Montrose at 11 a.m. 24th. And it's crazy because I was in that Target on 16th and I felt at Montrose somewhere between 7-10 days. Which perfectly matches. There is something about this rancho, I don't know what. But it's crazy that this man, he mentioned those two places, this rancho and Montrose. And back then he was like, he's like, oh, you're gonna love this place. I wasn't there for so many years. And then he was just thinking, where is it? He couldn't remember the name. And he wouldn't stop thinking until he told me this name. And so I opened the Google Maps and I'm like, okay, just show me on the map. And he's like, oh, Montrose, you have to go there. And since then, each time I thought of it, goosebumps, so. I mean, it's great, except the fact that it's right next to the street. I don't even know what am I supposed to do. I can't stay here, it's too loud. Like, you're in between freeway and those big boulevards, whatever it's called. And the grass is wet. I don't know if directly. Like, it's so stupid. It's, you can hear that buzzing from the freeway. There is a tree. Everything is wet. There is a tree. But I'm not going to stay here. It's 10 a.m. I can't even sit here. I don't know, I feel like I just need to go through this Riverside Drive and we crossed the freeway, we touched the tree, so it's already good. But then, like, what am I even supposed to do today? I know it's not about doing. Now the field is rearranging everything, but like, oof, shit, my pants are all wet. Okay, let's go. Something needs to unlock. You know what? I'm just gonna talk to the tree. Just like before the library. Maybe it will give me some information. I'm going to the dryer area now. I'm just gonna sit here and listen to this beautiful sound of the freeway. I just realized that the Verdugo Park is right there. So Silver Lake is on the other side. That was the first point where I landed in LA. I think that was it. I had to speak to the trees here. And that man, there was a man, a mirror. He came up to me and he asked, "May I ask you what you're doing?" Because I put two of my hands on a tree and I said, "I'm talking to the tree." And he started to ask, because I thought that he would just walk away. I know how it sounds. And he started to ask questions, and I said that I'm actually, connecting with nature, with surroundings, with the roots. And he said, "That's so nice that you're actually connected, because a lot of people forget about it." Okay. So that was the mirror. So that's what we were meant to do. We were supposed to connect here with the trees. And that's it. We're heading now. We're going to go through that horse riding place. I know I have to cross it, go through it. And then we're just going to go back west. I don't know, I just can't look at the locked up animals. It just feels so wrong. They have so little space. So yeah, I had to go through it to witness it, to say it, and to record it. This is not okay. Those are wild animals cut in a cage. But those conditions there that I saw, like this horse could just stand there. And don't tell me that, oh, it's going to go for a trip. It's not about that. It's about everyday condition. It's again slavery. There are better ways. There are beautiful places. Yes, they are further away, but the animals have a massive space. One more thing about that person that spoke to me in the park. He said it's so nice to be connected, that he grows his own, that he plants a lot, that he got pumpkins, but still he doesn't really have much time, that people should be definitely more connected. I'm like, yeah, people should grow their own food, they have gardens. And then he says, yeah, but a lot of people live in apartments. I'm speaking about people who have homes here, which is 99% of this area. People have homes and they have green lawns, plain. They live on an abundance and they don't use it. Yeah, but people have apartments. Do you even hear what I'm saying? Right in front of us, houses everywhere with plain lawns. Nothing. Why are people not using it? He didn't get it. And then I mentioned about the disconnection, that I'm in a place where there's a lemon tree, and the lemons, they just fall down and they just rot there. Nobody's using them. They're just for visuals, because somehow people think that fruits from the trees are not eatable. Really. This is how disconnected humans are from Earth. And that's the thing with my previous place in Studio City, that the woman who owns the house, she is trying to get the community to, even to the people who live in an apartment nearby, that they can use the garden, they can grow their own food. This is what community gardens should be for those who are living in the apartments. There should be no HOA. This whole green space should be usable for everyone to grow their own food. Seriously, like whenever you go to store, you pay $5 for tomatoes, $5 for potatoes, $2 for plastic wrapped cucumber. This is sick. All of this could be grown and then exchanged. You can grow only tomatoes and cucumbers and exchange it with your neighbors for potatoes and lettuce. Herbs are so easy to grow, even in a kitchen. Oh, but it takes time. Yeah. You can afford 1 hour and a half or 2 hours to go to store and buy overpriced food full of poison. But I'm so busy. You say you don't have time, but you have time for scrolling. You have time to watch some stupid shows on Netflix or Love Island. That's an hour of your life per day. But I need to relax. Yeah, guess what? You can relax in nature as well. And then time stretches. That's the thing. That's the loop that they want us to stay in, to overwork us so that we're so exhausted, so that the only thing we want is just to eat fast, cheap food, so because we cannot afford healthy one. And that was my alarm clock, 11:09, which means that the signal is being sent from this park, which is, I will check the name, I will see it on the map, but it is somehow important, and there is a tree. I saw that the phone started to glitch, so this is important. So this is important to be shown as well, because that disconnection is sick. I have seen so many people having here lemon trees, orange and mandarin trees. And those fruits are just rotting. All of it. It's just falling on the ground. Where it should be put, I don't know, even in the baskets on your fence. Just take it. You can bring something in exchange or just enjoy. Guys, the signal is going. What the hell? This is insane. Wait, I think it's 11. It is 11:10. So guys, this is insane. I could see literally like the lights twitching constantly. And I could feel the waves going through my feet and hands. And that light, I can see it even now. It's like and it's blinking constantly. Oh my gosh, this place, it's oof, I'm being pulled to my left side, so I'm on the side. Okay, you know what? I think we have to sit down. Damn. Wait. Look at that tree.
Where do you want to go?
This is the park. The tree is right in here. You know what? The timing for all of it, that I ended up in this park at this hour, and that I started to talk about this topic, because first I told you that he was only like a mirror, that I was talking with a tree, but I didn't continue the small conversation we had after, and then it just popped out here. And
then I just checked the maps where I could go, and I saw this park which just felt like a nice stop, because I was a little bit, I don't know, overwhelmed and just, I don't know, that place just felt so wrong. That's Rancho. We're not here to use animals, but to connect with them. You connect with them through ride, but not like this. Not while they're being kept in a prison like that. So let me explain this to you. When you are in this connection and you're just trying to numb yourself by watching those TV shows just not to feel anything, the time compresses. This is why when you scroll, suddenly you look and it's 3 hours passing. How is it possible? Because time is fluid. Time is not linear, okay? When you go to nature, when you're in alignment, time stretches, literally. So when you say you don't have time, yeah, you will not have time, and you will feel like time is just running through your fingers when you're wasting it. But that's the system that they built, why it's so addictive. The food, the shows, all of it. This is why the cinema, the TV shows are so brainwashing, because they will not let you watch anything that will wake you up. Nothing. This is why my films, my series would never go for the studio. What I am reminding here is that this land should be used. Earth gave us already everything for free. Just to remind you, disconnection from nature is disconnection from reality. And that's what they want us to be, disconnected. Also from each other. They want us to fight each other, so we don't even have time to think of them and what's actually happening around. Where the truth is we have to start become more self-sustainable. Creating community gardens for those in an apartment. Changing the laws for the HOA. It all will take time, of course, but nothing will change if we do not take steps, even small steps, okay? And even if you start with a small thing like planting a basil in your place, or mint, and then drying that mint so then you can have a mint tea in your place. Or if you have a garden, just starting with easy plants. Or maybe talk with your neighbors who have other plants, and so they can help you out. Creating a community with others so that we can help each other. And this is not fiction, but you can see what's happening. The prices of groceries are raising and raising so much that for me, the amount of money I am spending on vegetables and fruits, it's insane. When I went to a store and I saw the prices and I just thought, this is all growing here. You can all grow peaches, plums, cucumbers, tomatoes, lettuce, basil. You can grow all of it here in front of your doors. And what I can see is plain lawn. And there is only war between those who have the greener grass, who have the more perfect grass. This is performance loop. Trying to show off to others because what others think. Where people exchange books. This could be done with food as well. If you have a lemon tree and you have 100 lemons, you don't need them. You can put it in the basket and somebody who needs them can take them. 3-4 of them, another neighbor can bring some, and you have a empty basket next to it so that somebody who have oranges, you can just exchange it. or make a group on Facebook, I don't know, on WhatsApp with your neighbors, with your community, and you can say, hey, I have lots of lemons here, just come and bring. If you have something in exchange, just let me know. The amount of fruits I see just rotting everywhere. Self-sustainability is the answer. They just want you to not remember that. Because guess what? When you eat fresh, clean food, you clean the fog from your field and you start to be more connected. And when you are connected with nature, you start to be connected with reality. So the fog is getting lighter and lighter, and you see more and you remember more, and you start to refuse the system even more. And that is not good for them. They don't want that. So this is why they raise the prices of the food, so you eat even worse quality of the food, so that you work more, so that you're more tired, so that the only thing you want is watch TV that brainwashes you, so that you have no time to focus on yourself, so that you just go to sleep and you repeat. And it's getting worse and worse, and it will get worse because they don't want you to get better, because that would mean that they would start to lose control. And that's all it is. It's all control, power, money. They do not care about you. They do not care about us. That's what we can see. This is the whole exposure of a system right now. So what do? We start caring about ourselves. We start saving ourselves first, okay? We do not wait for them, because they're not going to do anything. We start step by step by being more self-sustainable, by being more connected to the nature, by being more connected to the community. Those are small shifts, okay? You do not have to build a huge garden next day, but it's even about taking steps and thinking, oh, I could really do it. I could even plant a tree this week. And by doing those little steps, you already send the signal to field. You already start to shift your reality by that. And so then it all catches up. And then you start to feel more and more urge to help more, to create more, to spend more time in the garden, or maybe you just start to meet new people who invite you to their garden, or you just start to actually plan or creating community garden in your area, and everything starts to align. When you think, okay, I need a place to grow my own vegetables, and then suddenly people who are, I have goosebumps. People who are aligned just like you start to meet them randomly. You mention something about creating a community garden, and they're like, oh my gosh, I was thinking about the same, and actually I know the person, and this could be built in here. This is how it works. But it's about the movement inside of you, and then also speaking it aloud, and it's about taking action, okay? Nothing will change if you sit and do nothing and just thinking, yeah, it would be nice. Yeah, somebody can do that for me. No, it's you, okay? You have the responsibility of your own reality, of everything what is around you, what's happening. One example, instead of watching TV for 1 hour, go outside, go for a walk, sit on the grass, touch the grass, look at the sky, put the phone away. Put the phone away, do not listen to music, just sit on the grass, connect, close your eyes, be out there and see how time starts to stretch. You will really feel like you spent hours, but it was actually minutes. Touch the tree, talk with it. You can exchange energy with the trees. You can sit under it, you can put your hands, you can speak. They're transmitters, but also they transmute our energy. Anyway, I am just to point out here the reality and to remind the origin blueprint that Earth gave us already everything that we need to survive. We need everything we need to live, to create, but it is our job to remember it. Because one thing we all know, it is not going to get better if we do not do anything. They will be pushing harder and harder. And it will get worse because it always gets to the extreme point before the full collapse of that system. Because the one thing that they don't want is to lose power and control. So they will try to push you even harder, to be even more exhausted, so that you do not have even time to think about yourself. The first shift comes with refusing all of it and saying that you just deserve more, because you do, and you know that. With your whole field, you say, I deserve more. I do not accept this kind of reality. And then, just with saying that with your whole field, which is frequency, okay? With that feelings are frequencies. When you say that, when you refuse that, it already starts to shift. I will give you an example from my own life. I was stuck in this performance loop where I thought that my job was defining who I am, because my whole life was my job. Fashion photographer, where I was traveling, who I was working with. How are you? Oh, I went here, I did this. Because whenever I tried to speak of feelings or anything, nobody cared. People just cared what you're doing. The first question when you were meeting with people, what is your next job, or what did you do? And you just had to, go with big names so that you get the respect. It's such a bullshit. Seriously, same here with the cinema. Anyway, I was overworking so much, and I could see I could not function like it. Not anymore. It was draining me mentally, and it got to the point where I had a huge breakdown, and I knew that one more job and I will fall apart into pieces and I will just have a huge burnout. And that is when I went to Mallorca for my last job before a long pause. And this is where for the first time I stayed alone. I was with myself fully, and I started to see how beautiful it is to actually enjoy life. Because what I was doing, I was just working and gaining more money, more and more, and I didn't even see my friends. I didn't even have time to use that money. I didn't have time for anything. I moved to Paris and I was there maybe 3 times per month just to do my laundry. What was that life? And I started to refuse that. After that trip, where I finally fell in love with myself and my life, I started to refuse it. I said, no more. I cannot do that anymore. This is not life. This is not life. The only thing I accept now is just few jobs with the client that are so aligned with me that it's just a pleasure to work with them. And they pay me more than what I had before. I do not accept less. This is why I moved to Paris. Not to keep doing what I was doing, to work with clients that they were brainwashing me. And guess what? I didn't have any more clients. There was a big fall because I started to say no to clients from previous industry. I started to say no. I'm not flying back. I'm not working with them. I'm saying no. If you want to shoot with me, you fly in here. And I was saying no so much that I had no clients, and it got scary. It really got scary. But I kept saying no. I am not flying back. I am exhausted. Anyway, I still had money and I knew I needed that rest. But that is also when the biggest shift in my life happened, where I started to have a lot of dreams and I started to feel that something big is coming, a big shift. And I knew I had to prepare emotionally and mentally, that I started to focus more on internal work. And what happened? Clients were reaching out to me. I didn't have to write to anyone. Whenever I was pushed to do it on my own, I felt a big no. They were finding me. I was not even posting on Instagram. You know how they would find me? My pictures would land on Instagram main page somehow, suddenly, and people would find me. And I got amazing clients that I would work with. I don't know, I had maybe 2-3 clients per month, sometimes 1, and that would be enough for me. And then I could actually focus on my internal work. And that was also preparation of what's happening right now. But I started to enjoy life. I started to go out. I started to go to parks. And then what I started to see, this dissonance with my previous karmic partner, who was supposed to be as well the mirror. And he was stuck in this loop that, well, this is what it is. This is the system. You have to work and work and work. And what do you mean a rest? No, you have to work to get more and more money. And guess what? He had to work and work and work more to get that money. And there was one time where I did one job and I earned more than him while he was working from 8 to 10 p.m. every day. I'm talking Sundays too. My job was really well paying, but that money was also so that I would be prepared for LA. But see how it worked? It's insane. I just simply knew that I cannot go back to what was before. And fields started to realign. And yes, it was very scary at the beginning. Very scary, because at some point I just had no clients, nothing, because all of my clients, they were still back in the previous industry. And you know, moving abroad to Paris, you just need to gain new connections, etc. But somehow people would find me, clients would find me for this Instagram, like, and then my retoucher or the stylist, they were asking me, how are you doing this? I'm posting all the time and I don't get clients. And you get clients, and you didn't post anything in 8 months. And people would actually tell me, you have to post something. And I was refusing. I don't need to. I don't have to. I don't care about it. And I would get the clients. It really works in crazy ways, but this is also how it works for me right now, is that I simply refuse to hustle. I refuse to go through the system. I know that what has to find me will find me, just like the next place. And this is what I am showing you here. What happens when you live in alignment, when you stop betraying your soul, when you stop going through the system. Because inside it disgusts you that you have to go for certain things, that you have to reach out to people, put the mask on and play the stupid game of connections, and you know it's not supposed to work that way, that it's just crazy that nobody can even be themselves anymore. And that's the thing, when you start being yourself, when you start to refuse all of it, you're like, no, I'm not doing this shit anymore, I'm done, things start to realign. It will be difficult. There will be a difficult moment because your field needs to clear out from this bullshit. But you will be supported anyway. You will get through this, that's what I can tell you. Because when you drop the density, there is no other way than that everything around you just starts to realign. But it's a massive shift, okay? And it needs time. There is a buffer time so that it actually manifests in 3D. It needs time. So yeah, I'm showing you that there is another way. And sure, it is not easy at the beginning. It is scary. But this is why those videos exist here. This is why the map exists. This is why I went through all of it, so that it is written, it is documented, so that you can see, okay, there are ups and downs. I can go through that because this is what's possible. This is how reality works. And getting out from density, yeah, it's messy, but after that, I mean, you will never go back. You just see how everything starts to work out, and you feel that freedom, that you finally do not have to bend for anyone, that you can just simply be yourself, and you don't care about others, what they think about you, or judgment, or some anxieties. They don't exist anymore. Just for me thinking that I am recording those videos and I am publishing them like a couple of months ago, I would never ever think that I would do that. Because what will people think? And what will people think, the ones who need those videos, the lives that will be changed? That's what I care about. And I know that the hardest part is fear. Fear of, but how will I make it financially? But how will I support myself? What if I lose everything? And sure, you might lose everything. Hey, I did. And I'm here, and it worked out. And honestly, I've never been happier. I've never been happier when I lost everything. It gave me so much clarity and happiness, you know? When I talked with two of my friends and my mom, they really see I am happy. They have no idea what I'm really doing, except my mom. They don't know what I'm doing. They don't understand why I flew here. But they see that I am happy, and I'm just telling them. I don't know what's ahead. I just know that everything works out, and I'm just following the pool. And the support comes in many, many different ways. You will get a tax refund or an old refund, or somebody offers something to you, or sometimes you might have to ask for help, but asking for help is actually part of the path for many. Like for me. Because many of us, we are so used to being in that loop that I can do it on my own. I am strong enough. And my whole life, I never asked for help. Never wanted to ask for help. My family wanted to help me out, give me some money maybe to buy a partner. And I always refused. I'm like, no. I was the one who wanted to help, because I knew how much money I was earning. I'm like, no, I want to give you money. I don't want to take money from you. And then a lot started to shift, actually, you know, when this year LA time started to come close, and my mom told me, you know what, I really want to offer you money. I don't know what for, maybe for surgery or for an apartment. I don't know why. And I said, and because she has been saving up, because her family helped her, so she felt like she wants to help me. And you know what? There was a weird thing that I said, no, not yet. Keep it, but not yet. I might actually need it. And that moment came, and I really needed help. And I had to ask for that help, which was so shameful for me, because for me, asking for help was always that I was not good enough, that I am not making it. And for me, being successful and being in my own power was always so important. And then asking for help was just I had so many lessons, and I was closing so many karmic loops with asking for help out loud, that it just had to become easier, because I will have to ask for help again, because what I am about to create needs people, needs their support as well. And that's the part where I have to get out from that isolation, and being in that willingness of accepting the help without feeling guilt, because guilt is also very dense emotion, dense energetically, which has to be transmuted. And that guilt of anyone helping me was, I don't know, it always felt so off. I just felt this, I felt so wrong. And then I would see people just asking me for help, just like that. Hey, can you do this for me? How are they doing this? Like, I couldn't. Well, now asking for help with gratitude is something completely different. And there's been a lot of lessons, very tough ones, you know, that were pushing me to the edge, where I simply had to. And that, you know how I feel it with every breakdown, is that each time I feel like I cannot do this anymore, I am being pushed to my limits. It's like I am stretching those limits so I can take more. I can take more and more and more. And then when I transmute it, I expand it even more. And that the same happens with your heart field. When you feel the density, let's say your heart field is like this, right? And there's a lot of density, a lot of fear, a lot of anger, a lot of shame. And when you transmute it, when you feel it, when you cry it out, when you scream it out, when you walk it out, when you run it out, when you feel it, when you let yourself feel it and you transmute it, you feel that lightness coming and expanding. The heart field expands, so you make more space. So when something happens to you, you don't overreact anymore in a way that it doesn't affect you that much anymore, because your heart field is expanded, so you can take more frequency inside. Because the dense frequency, let's put it onto example with numbers. Let's say that shame is 50 and love is 700. So when you transmute it from this 20 or 50 to 700, you need more space. So your heart field expands, and it expands more and more, so you can bring more light and more high frequency onto your field. And this is how it works, and this is how we raise our frequency. We make more space for this energy. And this is why the things that affected me before, oh, what will people think, or somebody said something and I started to, you know, I have this anxiety, this does not exist anymore, because I expanded my heart field so much that this thing feels like nothing anymore. So this is the physics behind it. I can tell you one thing. It can feel better. You can feel free. You can feel peace. It is possible for everyone. It is possible. They just made you forget. So this park became our transmission site. Oh, I guess we found another transmission point. And we have parish that we mapped before as well. And I see it now. That triangle, those two triangles crossing there, where we went during the mapping, where we finished on that triangle close to Whole Foods. And then, you know, I mentioned that about Whole Foods being there. That crossing is crossing of two studios. So, two very much distorted creative nodes. This is why I felt this importance of that crossing there, so it's all clear now. This is the crossing. We went through here, and all the biggest streets on the map, they're crossing right in here. And that's where Gate 4 is, and Whole Foods. So this is our middle. We're going to cross it now. You know what? For the morning, again, when I didn't know what to do, everything cleared up. It's incredible how it all opens up. And also, when I mentioned in the morning how my crown chakra was hurting at night, yeah, that was the download about what's going on right now. And you know what else clicked? That this video from today is actually going to be cut into short clips, and that lands on TikTok. It begins. It had to all be the foundation. Yeah, the foundation had to be prepared first. I can't do those glitches today, because you know what I found? Oh, we're going to start it with the glitches under the tree, when I say about glitches and the disconnection. Another confirmation. So first I had to prepare the foundation on YouTube so that we have everything in there, and now on TikTok there will be shit, my head. Something's going on. There is some kind of massive shift. Maybe it's because I said it out loud. I literally feel like I'm going to vomit. Because it's another layer of visibility, and it's another phase. Oh, you know what? I'm close to this Nepal flags. In prayer flags. I'm going to. I need to ground there a little bit. So that's it for today. This is why also I saw a glimpse today, because I have been editing in iMovie. It's just easier, you know? But I saw Da Vinci today, and then it clicked with me. Fuck. It's like something is moving here like a wave and it's pushing me. It's insane. And there is something releasing again, the temple pain. You know, yesterday as we closed Burbank officially, especially posting before midnight those two videos. It was a closure, and now we opened East Side and transmission, so it's mix of recalibration and signaling to East. So it's a big recalibration time. This is why there is this pain and those waves. And we also unlocked another creative node, and we connected them. So yeah, there is a massive shift now. I can't walk. The park is nearby. I will just have to ground myself there. You know, that feeling, it was timeline realigning, collapsing, and all of it, because I thought that I have to go to Montrose first at 11, that today I cannot edit this video, but I need to let it breathe. And then I started to see so many different possibilities, and now it all clicked. I have to be there at the tree, publish it there, and I need to edit it today. I don't know why I keep seeing those different possibilities. That's so weird. But that's how it is. It's all step by step. Maybe something else will unlock in a second, but I need to lay down. Yesterday at night, after publishing those videos, the channel opened, I got the download, and it feels like, you know, there were those frequency logs, and by unlocking the locations, recording those videos, saying things out loud, and then connecting the dots and just remembering what's ahead, then it's another frequency unlock. And when it opens, everything starts to realign, and it's this chaos. And in that moment, what's really needed is just grounding. So just being in nature, to sit down, put your feet on the grass on ground, because it can really feel heavy and sometimes painful, you know, when something is releasing as well. Like, I feel the pain here now going everywhere. Same with my jawline. So yeah, something's important, something big. I feel like I still need some time, maybe an hour or two, so that everything settles, and then I will know clearer what I'm supposed to do. I see the sequence now. There is a park which is on Verdugo Road. By the way, we're in Verdugo Park. So that's where we land tomorrow, in the park. There will be a tree, and the post needs to be sent from there. The post about the new place. and then the video from today just has to be posted tomorrow. I just don't know what hour exactly. Today I am working on a video, but I don't know if I'm going to finish everything today. Actually, I feel like parts are going to be finished today and parts tomorrow, and the signal being sent in Montrose is the most important one because I need to live somewhere. And then I think that the video needs to be published from here, because this part here, this bed, I have been creating on that part all the time, and also cats in a first stage of the cold drop, they were in here, so there is something here. I feel like the tree was an activation point as well. I don't think I have to go there to publish the video. I think it should be published here because I already carry the frequency. So that's the plan for tomorrow. I hate that sound. Like, this is just sound of LA. There are different ways to clean the leaves. I just found the real triangle. This is insane. This is the tree where we went today. It goes straight through Studio 2, then Studio 1 with the gate 4, and the tree where I went yesterday. Even though there were many other trees, I felt the pull to go here. And also that's the tree that was as a clue in a library here. You must remember this book. And then we have a full triangle to the place where I am staying right now. And look, this whole triangle goes through the park where I am at every day. This whole route in here. And look, when you put it in half, that was our first activation. Today was second activation of all of it. So we were clearing the whole creative node in here. Tomorrow we land in the park, in Montrose Park. Confirmed. I just made a line. And look at this. So we have the park right in here. And I try to see if it resonates somehow with the places that I stayed in, and it goes perfectly. First of all, for the place where I am staying right now, with all of the crossings, and as well Target, where this man told me about Montrose, and the motel where I moved to North Hollywood, which is on a very important crossing here that goes from the Autumn's Peak to West Hollywood House, and then we end up here. I mean, this line, this is crazy. So yeah, we are landing tomorrow in Montrose Park. It is 7 p.m. and I started editing maybe 30 minutes ago. I can't. I think my brain is fried today. There is some kind of blockage and I started to see Target. Like, I have to go there. I mean, honestly, I had no clue how important it is on the map actually. But then also, you know, when you look back at the previous videos, how bad I started to feel in the front of it. I don't feel well. Something's going on, and this Target, I mapped it a long time ago. My head is hurting so much, and there's this pressure in here. I think it's just that a lot was unlocking today. Like yesterday's download was big. just feel like today is not about editing. I think that the edit will come tomorrow after the Montrose. You know, because I know I have to add pieces of the map, etc. It's not just an edit, it's a full activation. There is a lot of frequency and codes in those videos. So I don't think I can do it tonight, honestly. It's like today was energetically very heavy day, especially, you know, with all of the glitches. It just shows the frequency flux, and it was massive. I cannot fight it, because if I will try to fight it now, it means that I am fighting my body, and the edit will simply not work out. This is how it works. I tested it out too many times, so I need to leave it. I need to let my body and my field rest to recalibrate after today. Tomorrow, I am on Chandler Boulevard between California and Ontario Street, and I checked on the map. Straight line there is a North Community Garden, and in between, a little bit to the left, you have Target. Target is in between, and now it makes perfect triangle. Why it hit me right now is because from Burbank Community Garden right there, straight line, I send the signal. Oh, the channel is open. I feel like this was always the place to send it from. That Facebook post. That Facebook post that I am looking for a place, for a room in Burbank, in this area. Which means, why did it hit me now? It makes perfect triangle right now. There is a triangle in Montrose. It's Park. Trader Joe's? Why I see it? Something else too. I need to see how far it... Okay, when I get back home, I need to see how far it's from here to that Burbank Community Garden and Target, and then we will put that triangle somewhere around the park, so we can see how far the circle goes. So what, I moved to Montrose? And then the long-term house is in Pasadena? Huh?
That is so adorable.
Wait, why is it?
Oh my god. You guys are like BFFs.
Why is it all unlocking now? Wait, I need to check. There is Trader Joe's. I don't know how I saw this like pin on Google Maps with Trader Joe's. So the right side could be park, left side Trader Joe's, and then we could be in the middle, more to the south. You know what? Hey, maybe something unlocks in Target. Okay. This is nice. Yesterday I put the community garden somehow because both of them, they were important. These were like one of the first ones that I mapped in Burbank. So I think that they somehow connect either with Montrose or Pasadena. I will stay long term in Pasadena. There is Alfred. But it has to be calm, so it's going to be maybe 30-40 minute walk from Alfred. That makes sense. That's what feels right. Because I feel nothing past it. I know I'm not going to live in Silver Lake. That was the first stop that I wanted to run away. Guys, I think this was the download. Because then yesterday I thought maybe it's Pasadena and then maybe I go somewhere further, but I'm like, where? I don't recognize anything. But we'll see. That's what I feel for now. So, you know, it's click by click. But I feel like if I land in Montrose, then we either stay there and we move to, like, I don't know what's even in Glendale. I don't even know what's in Pasadena. I just kept seeing a lot of videos from there that they have really nice bakeries, etc., and that it's slower and cute, and I think it's just that it has that creative and slower and feminine and calm energy that there is. Silver Lake is so performative that I cannot go back there. Okay, you know what? I'm going to look at the streets if I recognize any of it. Because if that's my longer stay, but I might not recognize it before it's the right time, so we'll see. I felt so bad inside, and now something happened there. I saw another glitch. I mean, this place, it's just on a very important point in this whole node. We're going to check this triangle. I'm going to put it on the map and move it to Montrose, and we're just going to see what the hell is going on, because it looks like a pattern. I feel like my head is going to explode. And I'm so full in my stomach, which also shows that the energy is being digested. A lot of energy. And I also see now why it's all happening so fast, moving from one place to another, to see the pattern on the map as well. but also with physical symptoms, how it looks like to close certain chapters, nodes, how it feels during the clearing, during the release, all of it. It's all pattern. It all looks the same, it all feels the same, just depending on how much karmic hoops there were, how much energetic density there was. So this is also why it's happening constantly, so that I would see this pattern and I would all share it here and also on the map, because it will feel the same for everyone. This is especially for the grid workers who move a lot. They feel that pull to move a lot, that they know they cannot stay in one place, and that's because their frequency is needed in certain nodes, because it clears. They feel the frequency goes onto the Earth's crystalline grid and specific nodes that needs to be cleared and transmuted.
Okay guys, I opened the map and let's see the triangle. So here is the target, here is the point where I sent the signal for the house where I am staying right now, right? And where I suddenly stopped was, wait, it was here. Wait, that was, the signal was sent from here and here. Okay, so now let's take this one. Okay, I took it, it really took forever. So we have this triangle, here is the park and the Trader Joe's, and somehow it is connected. See, this is like the main road here, but I feel like there is something in here, that I will be in this quiet place. And why is because there is Rosemary Avenue, that already sounds very familiar, Sunview, but also Buena Vista. And Buena Vista is the place, look, Buena Vista is the library, Buena Vista and Verdugo Avenue. And what we have here, Verdugo, Buena Vista. I need to be somewhere in this area. I don't know, there is something in here. Oh, come on. So I think that when we put this one like this, we'll have the triangle for here. So I cannot do it like that, but let's just measure it. So we have 900 meters here for, okay, 500, and then here, okay, so 500. All right, $900, and then just, okay, so this will be it, and then here. I don't think I did it correctly, but that's our triangle then. This is it. So we have Buena Vista, we have Verdugo, we have Sunview, Rosemary, we have all of the streets that feel very familiar. Depending on where the tree is, because the tree could be more to north, more to south, but anyway, that triangle goes through those streets. And I feel like from that triangle, we will be able to map Pasadena place. See? From here, the line goes straight in here from that triangle. So after we will be able, and why I feel Pasadena after, because there is Alfred Coffee,
And Alfred coffee, guys, it's everywhere. Here near the trees, here as the anchor points where I get so many downloads. A lot of shops and coffee shops or stores like Sprouts, they are those points on my map that I simply recognize. And this is how I mapped Studio City. There was Erewhon and Alfred coffee right in here, see? So this is how I knew that I'm going to land in Studio City, somewhere in this area. And I was right, because I landed here in between two Alfred coffees, because the line from my previous apartment here, see, we did this, and then I did the opposite line to this tree that was also very high energetic. The line went through this here, and then I knew that I will end up somewhere in this area, and then just by finding Alfred coffee I knew I will be here. So this is also how I know that Pasadena Alfred coffee area will be somewhere my anchor point, but then we can just look for around 40-minute walking distance radius somewhere in here. I started to feel so much better. I just love mapping. I absolutely love mapping. It's but yeah, more will just simply come tomorrow. And it's just insane with this park how the line goes through my house, through Target, like. And look at this, Whole Foods. Where is it? And then at coffee. See, it's all in here. And we have park. This. So I think that I'm not going to cross it here. So I might actually be somewhere in this area, walking distance to those places. That's what I feel. And you know what? If we make the line like this, it's not going to be super duper straight. So that line is, yeah, that line is, I think, like a border. So we're going to stay more in here. So that's it for tonight. That mapping really released a lot. Honestly, I can't wait for tomorrow to go there. This video will be, there will be a lot. There will be a lot to edit. So I cannot stay there for too long. I think it's just that I need to send the signal and just go back and edit it and send it before 8 p.m. So yeah, this will be good. I just started to have so many videos with music on TikTok, and I see the visions, they started to activate a little bit. I started to see more. So I feel that in Montrose. Montrose is higher, so the veil is thinner. This is why I will start writing there. This is why I started to hear so much music already. Because energetically I am already there, like I left Burbank now. It's coming back. This is why I couldn't listen to music recently. and now it's like everywhere. And music, it 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 activates so many visions. It began. Oh my gosh, finally. I missed writing. I missed my visions. And there will be one piece of music that will activate the whole sequence. It's usually like this, that I hear music and then there is like a full download. I think that this could be with yesterday's download. But I need to go to Montrose first. Because it's insane. It's like, it's film music. It's, you know, I love cello. When I hear cello, my whole body is buzzing. And then there are mixes of different sounds and something is coming. You cannot imagine how happy I am, because I didn't write in more than a month, because I couldn't, because first I had to go through it, because I am living in a script right now. So what I'm going right now is living through the script, and only then the structure and the skeleton can unlock. It already did a little bit for the short videos that I did, but only when it's finished I can start writing. So it will start flowing. I think the structure, the skeleton, will unlock in Montrose, and then in Pasadena I will just start writing everything. And it will have to be fast. We don't have much time. Like, really. I mean, the production will have to begin in spring, in March. And it needs to be finished December 2026. But, guys, time will bend. Okay, this is good.
I was editing this video from today. I started editing this. There is this one moment when I'm talking.
Silver Lake is on the other side. That was the first point where I landed in LA.
And then I opened the map and like, you know what? This hotel is just on the map so randomly with my second hotel in Melrose in West Hollywood. And I thought, you know, I couldn't map them. And then I look and this line goes through Pasadena. And I said, okay, maybe I will remember some streets. What the hell? Look at this. So I didn't think of it like anything before, but then I'm like, okay, this needs to be like, something needs to be mapped, okay? So this is where we were sitting today, in this area. So this was behind me, and this is where I landed. This was this hotel, which was right next to Erewhon, and this is also why I felt like, oh, that was the next hotel, and then I ended up here for quite some time, like a week. And there was Erewhon, and this is why I ended up here, and this is also why I knew that I have to go here, because there was Erewhon and Alfred, right? So I saw that this line goes perfectly to Pasadena from this hotel through, and there is Erewhon, and again this is hotel and Erewhon, and then the line goes here, and look where we are. Okay, we have Pasadena here, and this is what I said, that I feel this area, right? And then I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, not much, just like Oakland, because there is Oak Avenue. But then I look here and then I'm like, Orange Grove. Guys, Orange Grove is haunting me. Same Buena Vista. There is something
No, I mean Orange Grove. What the hell? You know why? I will show you why. Orange Grove. Here. This tree Orange Grove. Then I had to go to unlock this part, the east part of Burbank. So I ended up here at Sprouts. And I thought that I have to go to Orange Grove. I saw it somewhere. Here. Orange Grove again. But this area was so awful. It's already somewhere in the video. I don't remember which day. I think it was second day of mapping. But then I ended up here in a coffee shop. I just had to rest from this part. And I ended up in a coffee shop somewhere in here. Orange Grove again. And this coffee shop was somewhere in here. And I was sitting here, and then I mapped it that I have to go through Olive Avenue to Alfred Coffee, and this is when it all unlocked. So this Orange Grove, guys, like, I don't know what is it about it, but the thing that the line goes through Orange Grove again, and Buena Vista. And there is Magnolia Street. Wait, look at this. Magnolia Street, what the hell? And California. I mean, this is where I am right now. Seems, I mean, and that would make sense because there is Whole Foods, Alfred, and Park. This could be it. Let's see. Okay, I just checked it. From this area where the line goes to Whole Foods, it's 35-minute walk. And look, the line goes here, Whole Foods, Alfred, and there are so many cute places around here. And then here is much calmer. And you know what? Right now I have 40-minute walk to Whole Foods, 30 and then 40 minutes to Alfred. I didn't mind. I mean, I have to walk anyway. It's a pattern. Alfred Coffee in West Hollywood was again 30-minute walk, and in between there was a tree, and again here in between there is a tree in Verdugo Park that I had to touch every day. There is a pattern in all of this. See, under here we have whatever that is, another freeway. And this is South Pasadena. I'm not staying here. It's either here or here. I think I had to do it today. This is why I couldn't edit the video before. I had to go for that walk so that it would start to click. Because I had to unlock it all before tomorrow's signal. Those hotels, and that both of them are like connected with Erewhon. What the hell? There is Erewhon in here. What the hell? Yeah, for now I don't have budget for it. The prices got insane there recently. Like, when I moved here, I could afford it. And then I lived further away from Erewhon, and then in Studio City I went there again. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Like, I swear the prices went up by like or $2 on some products. Peaches were like $7 for a pound. Are you insane? Like, what are they made of? Crazy. And then I just took like some small portion of food, $25. What is this food? Like, I mean, I get it, it's good quality, but that's the problem. This country made healthy food so exclusive. Like, organic food should be a norm. How can you make non-organic food? Like, this is just crazy for me. This is what I was talking about today. Self-sustainability. Just by having fresh fruits and vegetables in your own garden, or this community garden, or exchanging with your neighbors, anything is better than supporting this whole system, this bullshit. $7 for a pound of peach. Do you know how much that is? That is like two and a half or $3 per peach. For a peach. And I ate recently a peach from Whole Foods. It had no taste. Tasted like a freaking paper. What is this? Anyway. Shit, this video is gonna be long. But OMG. This is crazy. This whole map. Look at the time. No. This whole sequence is 222 everywhere. Guys, this is it. Because I mapped it. I mapped it, so this is it. This is why I felt this release and all of that. And it's just crazy. There's everything. There's everyone. There's Whole Foods. There's Alfred, Orange Grove, California, Oak Land, Buena Vista. All of it. It's like all of the places that I've been remembering, they were all echo of Pasadena, of that home that I was, trying to tune my frequency into. So first I had to get rid of all of distortion to make space for it, and just like it was step by step, remembering more and more, and every street was an echo, every street that I remembered was an echo of an actual home where I would spend the next year, and that's the place where I meet the people and him, and the whole production, pre-production, post-production, the whole film takes place there too, probably, but this is where I create. Yeah, California Boulevard goes straight line. This is why this California street here was echoing so much. And on California Street there's this park, Verdugo Park. Guys, all of the streets, this is insane. I found another thing. The line that goes from Alfred through Whole Foods. Look where it lands. See? right in here. There is something. There is something about this area. You know, I remember, you know, California and Magnolia. They're right in here. Now I live at Magnolia Boulevard, and this is Avenue, and California is the Verdugo Park. Feels familiar. Ohio, Oakland, Madison, and Barker Alley, and that's it, honestly. Now this whole map makes sense. Those hotels where I landed at the beginning, and look, like, this is insane. Okay, I'm gonna keep editing because there's a lot.